What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. So today we're going to be going over 3 beaten down growth stocks to buy now, 2 of which I already own, and 1 I'm so close to buying, guys. I'm so close to buying this stock. Haven't pulled the trigger yet. So I want to break these stocks down, go over some technicals, and also break down their recent numbers. Well, not really their recent numbers, but how they've been growing over the past 3-4 years. So if you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe, sit back, relax, take a sip of, don't get too mad at me, guys, but I did get some Starbucks here. Take a sip of your Starbucks and screw it. I own the stock, so I might as well support my company, right, guys? And let's get right into the video. So overall, we're seeing yet again another all-time high in the markets today, and we'll talk more about that in the video later on today. As you guys know, every single day I do a market rundown, and we talk about stocks to watch, and we'll talk more about that later on. But S&P, it hit another all-time high. It's up 0.9% today. We have the NASDAQ 100 up 1.4%. We have the Dow up 0.8%, and the Russell is struggling a bit. Small caps aren't doing so well today. It's down 0.2%, but overall, I mean, come on. It's a sea of green out there, and these 3 stocks we're going to talk about today, it hasn't been a sea of green. In fact, I think all 3 of these are in a bear market right now. So let's talk a little bit, guys. Number 1, we have DraftKings, ticker symbol DKNG, and this is one that you guys know on my Patreon. You get all my buy and sell alerts, call outs, update videos there all the time. This is one that I bought today. I actually picked up some shares at 57, what was it, 57.85 or something like that. And I'm actually down on the position, but it's okay because I mentioned how this was only my initial starter position for DraftKings, and I plan on buying more down to the low 50s. I mean, this is one that I want to hold for a couple weeks at least. This is one that I'm looking at as a swing trade. And like I said, all of these are in a bear market. DraftKings is down from $74 to $56 now. It's down 25%. And out of all the 3 stocks, this one's down the least. But still, guys, 25% for a company that's growing a ton. The market cap cut down from $28 billion now to about $20 billion. You know, this is getting more and more attractive with each percentage point it goes down. And they have partnerships with the WWE, the NFL, PGA, and so much more, and they're growing because states are legalizing gambling. More and more states are getting on board with this, which is why I love DraftKings, and my sleeper pick in the industry, which I also own, and you guys know this as well for the most part. I mean, if you're new to the channel, you don't know this, but GNOG, GNOG, and no, this is not one of the 3 stocks for today. This is a little side tangent here, but GNOG, Golden Nugget Online Gaming, is one I've been buying as of late as well, and this is one that I have belief in for the next couple of years. And this one's a lot smaller than DraftKings, I've mentioned before. GNOG's market cap is literally $1 billion, guys, right around there, give or take a couple $100 million. But, you know, it's a lot smaller than the $21-22 billion market cap that DraftKings is at. And overall, technically speaking here, I love the fact that the uptrend is holding on DraftKings. Look at this. We're making higher highs, higher lows. We just hit that $75 high back in the end of March, which at this point was almost a month ago. And the past month, it's been straight up selling. And I believe that we're oversold. And yeah, we could go lower, which is why I said this is my initial position. I want to average down into the low 50s. But if we do go to low 50s, guys, that is going to be extremely oversold. And even here where we are in the mid to high 50s, we're still oversold. So I'm looking at this as a nice dip. Ultimately, I believe we could get back up mid 60s. That's my price target. I mentioned on Patreon right around 63.75, which was that resistance back in early February. And also around, you know, the mid to higher $64 level, right around this 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart. So I like DraftKings, and as you guys can see based on the numbers, you guys can see the revenue growth numbers. I mean, in 2017 2017, they did $190 million. 2018, $226 million. 2019, they did $323 million. And in 2020, they did $615 million. That was a 90% jump year over year. So they're growing revenues very aggressively, and they do have earnings coming up here over the next couple of weeks. That's actually, they're on the 7th of May. So watch out for earnings. And Cathie Wood, although I don't piggyback her plays whatsoever, in fact, I don't really own many of the same stocks she does at all. But DraftKings, she's been buying it a ton, and I tend to agree with her when it comes to DraftKings, so I'm happy about that. And when it comes to stock number 2, it is Beyond Meat, and this is the one that I don't own out of the 3, and I'm super close to buying this stock, guys. In fact, I love their products, and for me, when I'm looking at buying a stock, and not necessarily for the short term, but for the long term, as a long-term investment, I have to like the products, point blank and period, right? So I'm looking at the products. I like them a ton. In fact, I just tried the breakfast sausage out. Check out this clip here, guys. What's up, guys? Good morning. Look at this. Beyond Meat breakfast sausage. That's what they look like. They look pretty good, man. Let's see. And let me tell you guys, those were so good, and it's funny, I prefer them sometimes. I mean, of course, I like real sausages, but sometimes I prefer the fake ones to the real ones. It's crazy how good of a job Beyond Meat has done. And again, this is one that I might consider even as a swing trade as well, similar to DraftKings, right? DraftKings, I'm in as a swing trade. This one I'm looking more as a swing trade as well, since it's down about 40% from its all-time highs, or from the high recently. It's down even more from its all-time highs. And I'm also looking at it as a long-term investment. As you guys know, I'm in some food plays, well, really just one, Tattooed Chef, and I'd love to add Beyond Meat to my food section of my portfolio because I think both of these are great growth companies. So Beyond Meat, they have deals with so many companies out there. There's no way you haven't seen this product. When it comes down to marketing, branding, Beyond Meat does so well. In my opinion, it's by far the best. And I've tried a lot of other meatless products, or fake meat products. I've tried, what's the one called? Morningstar. I've tried, and I forget the brand names, but trust me, I've tried different bags. I've tried the store brand, a bunch of different brands. Beyond is by far the best. And they have deals with Pepsi. They have deals with Starbucks. They have deals with Dunkin' Donuts. They have these fake meatballs that are just incredible. They have these fake meatballs. The burgers are good. I love this business, guys, and it's down about 50% from its all-time high. It's growing a ton. In fact, you guys can see the growth numbers right here. Let me pull them up for you. You guys can see here 2017, $33 million in revenue, followed by $88 million in the next year, followed by almost $300 million the following year. And in 2020, they didn't grow as much. They grew about 40% year over year. Maybe why? That could be a reason why the stock is faltering a bit here, but I don't think that's going to last. I think they're going to get back to 50, 60, 70+% growth year over year. And I truly believe this is just the start of the growth here. And they're rolling out even in China. You guys, saw that. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that. So Beyond Meat is crushing it. Technically speaking, it's holding 120, 125, 130. That's a very good sign in the short term here. Now I believe we just need to break out of this downtrend that's been plaguing the stock ever since the beginning of 2021. That's when they announced the Pepsi deal, actually. I'm not sure if you guys remember that, but they announced the Pepsi deal here. It went to 230. Now it's at 130. So if we break 140, I believe that's going to be a breakout sign for a swing trade. And I'd even consider adding in the 130s as a long-term investment as well. So I like this for both a swing and a long-term. And when it comes to DraftKings, guys, from a long-term perspective, I'd like to see that stock come down a little bit more, maybe into the 40s. Then I'd add some long-term shares. And that's just my personal opinion. And stock number 3, and let me know in the comments, guys, if you own any of these, if you're all finding value, make sure to hit that like button. That's greatly appreciated. And stock number 3 is NEO. This one's getting hit day after day after day. And this is obviously one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Chinese EV player. And gosh, guys, China, that's a big market. A lot of people live there. And for me, I want to have a piece of an American EV company like Tesla, which also sells in China. And I want a Chinese player, which my pick is NIO, right? And NIO's one that you guys know, my early viewers, and drop a comment if you remember this, but I was buying NIO at $3, $5, $6, $7, all the way back then, and I'm still holding on to my position now, and I've been adding as a swing trade over the past couple of months as well, and now I'm thinking, okay, NIO might break $34. I believe this is going to play out. The descending triangle you guys can see here on the 4-hour, it's playing out. I mean, look, we failed at $39, $40. We failed breaking out. It was a lower high. Now we're down 5% today. We're gunning for that lower low, and if we break under, let's say, $34, we're going to go low 30s on NIO, and that is where I'm going to be adding even heavier to my position, and this one's down about 50%. This one's down 47% to be exact from its all-time high. And some interesting stats here about NIO, guys. It came out a couple weeks ago. They hit the 100,000th vehicle that left the Hefei plant. So this is it's still a small-ish company, but not what it was 2 years ago. You know, when I got in initially, it was way more speculative. Now it's kind of stabilized itself, and it's made a name for itself, and it's growing hundreds of percent year over year. If you guys have seen their numbers, their delivery numbers, they're growing 100+% year over year for the most part. So NIO's a company that I love. I'm going to be buying more of it if it takes out $34, goes into the low 30s, and I'm going to be adding more probably in my long-term account as well at that point, as well as my existing swing position. And quickly looking at these numbers before I do end off this video, 2018 they did $700 million in revenue. In 2019 they did $1.1 billion in revenue, and in 2020 they did $2.5 billion in revenue. That was a growth spurt of 122% year over year from 2019 to 2020. So NIO's growing, guys. I think this is just the beginning. Their market cap right now is about $55-60 billion, and that might be frothy to some. To others, that might be a fraction of what they think it's going to be worth in 5 years, and I happen to be in that camp. I think this could be a company that's $100 billion, $200 billion company one day. I really do believe that, and I think they're going to be a dominant player. They're already pretty dominant in China, and they're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and who's to say they don't expand internationally? I mean, that could definitely happen. So I really like NIO. These are my 3 stocks, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to know. As always, make sure to hit that like button if you all find value, and don't forget to join the Patreon family if you want to get buy and sell alerts real time, all the moves I'm making, call outs, morning update videos every day. That's on Patreon. That's linked right down below. And you could also check out my M1 Finance link if you want $30 free, and you can get $10 from Coinbase. Again, all of those are linked down below. I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, guys, stay safe out there. Keep crushing the markets. Peace out.